Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday Tirade Entertainment Talk, where we talk entertainment. And hopefully, Tom will be showing up here pretty soon. Thank you all for joining me. There's 10 of you already in the audience. Thank you for being here. I want to say hello to everybody that showed up early. Of course, we say hello to our friend, Accidental Tourist. What's going on? We have Apollo Patriot here. 3 more videos. My man, you are grinding. You are grinding away. 6 is here with the emojis, which I'm going to be adding some emojis here, guys. Pretty excited about that. What's going on, Captain Trek? It's good to see you. We have a Louvrian Imakara. It's Tuesday. Time to find some tacos. You know what? That sounds good. That sounds like perfect dinner. I think I'm looking forward to that. Dragon King 27 is here. It's good to see you. Thank you for spending your Tuesday hail with me. I appreciate that. Just another red shirt. It's good to see you, my friend. Keely Chow. Good to see you, buddy. Low spec Linux laptop is here, guys. What's going on? It's good to see you. Dave Myers is here. What's up, Dave? I love the cat. It's good to see you, my friend. We have Angry Vader. Hello, buddy. Good to see you. Soul Assassin says, Culture Carnival. Well, there you go. Runner. What's up, Runner? A little tickle in my throat, guys. Sorry about that. Valiant Renegade is here. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Hope everything's going well. Keep growing. Keep grinding. You're doing it, man. It's awesome. We've got, of course, Captain Trek, like I mentioned before, and said, hail. He does that morning brew, breakfast brew. I forget what exactly it's called, but every morning I try to catch a little bit of it. I usually have to watch it on the replay because I'm so bad at getting my butt out of bed now. Ever since the beginning of the global crisis, and I stopped going to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. I got out of the habit of getting up that early, so I'm working on it though. We're gradually moving the clock forward. We'll see what happens. Brightest Day is here. What's up, Brightest Day? Hopefully you're going to be building more Gunpla or whatever it is you're doing. I thought that was kind of an interesting stream. Andre Enrico, what's up? Good afternoon to you. Samurai Vader. Awesome, man. Good to see you. I love the avatar. That's very cool. It's Barack Dermis. It's good to see you, my friend. Hello to you. Yep, the cup is invisible. Actually, it's just a green cup, so it disappears on this. It is what it is. Yummy. All right. Water's good, by the way. It really is. Dadman Walking 55 says, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you. Good to see you. Trilogy of Terror. I'm going to have to rewatch because I get to see your tiki every day. So now I've got to go back in the annals and figure that out. So anyway, it's good to see everybody that's here nice and early. 4 minutes in, so we're setting a good clip here. Feral Feline is here waiting. You're here for controversy. Is there controversy? I think we live in controversy now. There's controversial times, so probably the best way to say that. At least I think so. Anyway, in fact, so much so that you know what? Let's start with some good stuff, right? Let's start with some of the things that we talked about in the description for the video. Oops, that I just I just echoed myself, guys. That's called boomer moment. But let's talk about some of the things we talked about in the description for the video. Mortal Kombat is really, really performing rather well. I'm very intrigued by the fact that it's doing as well as it is. It is on a large number of screens with very little competition, unless you count Demon Slayer, which we'll get to that here in a few minutes. But there's a lot to be said for the film beyond the box office. I mean, there are a lot of people who did not enjoy the film, which I understand. If you didn't, that's okay, and I understand why. I mean, I knew it was going to be messed up because they were tucking away the most popular character from the original film from I think that was 95. But when it comes to the streaming side of things, which is what Samba's on the streaming side, they track it with Samba TV enabled devices, Samba enabled televisions and set-top boxes and stuff like that. They can actually get or collect data using Samba. And so, which obviously they did here. And so the Mortal Kombat is actually a KO for HBO Max, which means it got them a lot of traction. So real quickly, we'll go through this, and this is from a couple days ago. But John Stankey, which is the CEO of AT&T, just says it's another case of a rising tide lifting all boats. Samba TV is reporting that HBO Max posted its most viewed weekend premiere ever with the Mortal Kombat movie, clocking at 3.8 million U.S. households. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty close to 10% of their subscribers. Is a little under that. Maybe it's 8%, but it's still pretty good because HBO Max has been growing so much lately, and it's because of these efforts. The day and date releases, I think, are why this is happening. So we'll read a little more. Samba TV polls HBO Max audiences in terrestrial TV homes. And in this case, those who watched the Simon McQuaid directed R-rated movie for at least 5 minutes. So they count a view as 5 minutes of viewing, which that's actually a longer period of time than most of the services that try to track digital trends. Viewership peaked on Friday at 1.7 million households per Samba TV. All in, Samba says that Mortal Kombat's first weekend drew more viewers than Warner Brothers Legendary's Godzilla Kong did in its first 5 days, which the third-party streaming monitoring service pegged at 3.6 million. So, but again, Samba-enabled devices you have a whole slew of other digital ways to watch things, not just with Samba. So there you are. They're trying to make excuses for what they call underperformance for Mortal Kombat at the box office. The estimates going into Friday were going to be 10 to 15 million for the adaptation. The New Line movie came in with an updated 3-day opening of 23.3. Again, not all these numbers are going to be terribly accurate, which is one of the reasons why I pulled up the article from the numbers to give us actual real numbers. We'll look at that here. It's interesting. I find it interesting because Mortal Kombat's one of those things that I was looking forward to. You can see here that theatrically worldwide box office came in at 51 million so far. And of course, it was released a week ahead of time in other places and just, recently premiered in the United States to that $23.3 million number. I don't know. This is an interesting comparison because, as I said, we have, Demon Slayer that's coming out. It has come out at the same time, and it's interesting. We'll look at that very quickly. One of the things let's do this real fast because I want you to have a basis of comparison. This is like the way the box office projected domestically. One of the things about this, of course, is that it opened wide in the United States on the 23rd. but it had already opened. It looks like 2 weeks ahead of time in many of these other markets. It doesn't. Let's see. Where does it show? Normally, I can pull up how many screens. Oh, there we go. So its theater screens are 3,073. That's a lot of opening screens, right? You then have, and then we're going to get to it. Sorry, guys, this is bad YouTube. You then have its closest competition, which I thought was interesting. It is, of course, that film Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, as you can see here, is at $21 million. So only $2 million behind Mortal Kombat. Of course, the international box office is huge. That film's been rolling for quite some time. So this is a runaway train. But look at how many theaters it opened in. 1,605. Far less. So, yeah. I would say that Demon Slayer is outperforming most everything right now. But hey, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Let's drop out of that. Let's see what you guys think here real quickly. I'm dying without you. It's very true. Are you not coming? I sent you the link. I love you, Tom. I love you, man. I hope you're okay. That's all I care about. Let's see. One of my friends didn't want to watch it because she saw the trailer. She told me it was too bloody and gory. A lot of the conversation around this film, from the original critiques of the film, were exactly that. They were trying to say that this was a gory, bloody mess that was true to the video game and would satisfy those people, but weren't going to satisfy normal moviegoers. Not sure I agree with that. But hey. Should have had Johnny Cage, though. I agree with that, Angry Vader. MK was okay at best. At least you're coming around, Runner, because I think you were very high on this film to begin with. Yeah, Tom, I am dying. You should be in here. I sent you the link. So if you can make it, that's great. If you're taking care of yourself, that's more important, though, my friend. Thanks, Captain Trek. Appreciate that. I just saw a clip of the arcade version of Mortal Kombat. The movie shouldn't have been called Mortal Kombat. It's nowhere near as cheesy as the original video game. Well, they also abandoned the tournament idea, but that's a criticism for a completely different way. What's up, Stone Cold Jeremy? Good to see you, my friend. What's up, Kai? Yeah, and this is the truth, brightest day. None of us can live without Tom. We love Tom. What's going on, Wes? It's good to see you. Popcorn flick, you call it, Runner? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, look at this. We can't live if living is without you. We can't live. We can't live anymore. Thank you, Brittle Morningwood. Let's see. There's M. Dastardly. All right. Andre Enrico, right here. Watching the first 5 minutes doesn't mean people liked it. Agreed. They may well have seen 5 minutes and they don't like it and stop watching. How many watched the whole movie? And that's the problem with the way they do these watch metrics, because you don't know that. You don't know that. And I think that's one of the biggest failings when it comes to the way they report streaming stuff with these set-top box tracking and stuff like that. It's just like with YouTube. If you watch 2 seconds, it's a view. Hard not to watch 2 seconds. That, I guess they're trying to say that there is an intent when you click on something to watch something. Of course they want to do that because a lot of people will click on a video they're gonna hate click, right? And then they can't. So they can't. They still count that as a view. I should be more clear. Let's say you went to Star Wars YouTube channel, right? And you were there to downvote and make a comment because you were upset about something, right? Well, YouTube still wants to count that as a click. So if you somehow end up watching that video for 2 seconds, it's a view. Kind of weird. But it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, that's the question is how many watch the whole movie, and the only people that are going to know that are going to be the folks at Warner or AT&T in this case, and maybe they want to keep it that way. I don't know. Robert Hammer says for the anime movie, it's very good. It was amazing. Over 400 million worldwide, and it just opened here in the States, and it's competing with a highly sought after film or highly anticipated film in Mortal Kombat. So yeah. Commander Ed Straker, hello and howdy. Just notice you're on right now. Oh, well, good to see you. Yeah, notifications have been garbage lately. I don't know why. It's really been crazy. Demon Slayer. Yep. It's a runaway train. Absolutely. Very good. A lot of people were disappointed, Robert Hammer. You're not the only one. I've heard a lot of negative reviews of the film. Oh, Mags, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Let's see. What is it? It's going to be something lovely, I'm sure. Oh, it's a big old heart. Well, thank you, Mags. I appreciate that very much. We have, let's see. Valiant Renegade. It's absolutely outperforming MK per screen revenue. Absolutely. Warner Brothers shot themselves in the foot with the day and date release on HBO Max. Mistake. Maybe. But their formula is building subscriptions more organically than Disney did. Disney essentially got subscription base out of their primary customer base, which cannibalized their terrestrial television, which they're learning a lesson from right now, especially in Europe. In fact, they're closing down. I covered this morning. They're closing down 18 channels in Asia and focusing more on direct consumer. That means that there's 18 less channels that they have to operate, right, internationally, and they can just roll it into their digital package. And I guess, I mean, that's favorable, but to me, it's cost cutting. And my question is, why are they doing it? It's not because terrestrial television doesn't make money. I think they're not making money on stuff right now. And I think that it's a cost cutting measure, especially since they just acquired a lot of those channels just a few years ago when they acquired Fox, which is why, they're really in desperate need of having an 18 plus service. But HBO Max, on the other hand, they seem to be growing organically because of this move, because of the way they're doing it. But that's just my opinion. I could definitely be wrong. But also the MK anime movie Scorpion's Revenge is way better. Yeah. The 95 film was great. The Annihilation was garbage. I think we've talked about that stuff before. I know Tom and I have talked about it before. We've got Runner here. I watched the second time last night and found more problems with it. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are not exactly thrilled with how things went down. So that doesn't surprise me, Runner. It really doesn't. Thank you for the super sticker, Machiny90. Machiny90 has commissions open right now, guys. There's still some spots. So if you want some custom art done, Machiny90 can do that for you. As you can see here, we've got a bubblegum curls girl right there. One of my favorite characters that Machiny90 put together. So it's good to see you, my man. And thank you for being a mod here. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Angry Vader, I got to see it in theaters, and this family brought their 8 and 11-year-old kids to see it. Well, I saw a lot of violent stuff. Think about this, guys. In 77, I was 6 and 7 years old when I saw Star Wars. Right? That was the first time I saw Star Wars. And I saw it multiple times. Probably, oh man, I'd have to ask my mom again, but just at more than 10 times over the course of, its opening. So it's pretty crazy. But that could have been, a violent film by people's standards. And of course, we have the ever amazing and effervescent and lovely human being known as Tom Connors in the back room waiting for me to put my headphones on. So here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the man you were waiting for, Mortal Kombat. Dude, that's awesome. So you like the soundtrack?
Sorry, I haven't listened to this one yet, but in the movie itself proper, it was pretty good. I mean,
yeah. What did you think? What did you think of the film? Did you have a chance to get through it all the way?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, it had its issues, but my main issue was probably the main actor. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. Well, that's a good takeaway because, like I said, you're pretty even keeled when it comes to rating films and whether or not it's good, bad, or ugly. So like I said, I appreciate that.
Honestly, I would say there's bits of it that are better than the original.
Really better than the '95 film.
Yeah, well, that's because honestly, I watched it the other day before I watched this new one, and I don't get me wrong, I saw it twice in theaters opening day. It's always had a special place in my heart, but it just doesn't hold up. And a lot of people who are saying the original film has a much better story and stuff like that, I don't think they've watched it lately, because that movie is just people wandering around for an hour and then they just jump from place to place without any explanation, fighting for 45 minutes. I mean, it's like, I mean, at least this one has a story that you can follow. I mean, now granted, I do like a lot more of the actors in the original film and, stuff like that. But again, I feel like people are comparing this too much unfairly to the 95 film, which they're seeing through very rose tinted glasses.
Yeah,
Now,
because of
granted, it's not everybody. I'm just saying some people.
Yeah, because of the nostalgia factor. But see, okay, so compare it to Annihilation then, which was terrible.
Oh, Annihilation is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it this way. Like, to me, like looking at this film, it makes the 95 film look like a Saturday morning cartoon almost.
Oh, well.
Because I mean, people forget that first movie is only PG-13. It doesn't really have hardly any of the
finishing
kills in it, no blood at all, hardly. I mean, maybe one of the coolest sequences is when Scorpion takes his mask off and does the flame bit, and even that looks pretty lame by today's standards. The CGI doesn't hold up. The backgrounds look really bad.
I'm trying to remember. I think I watched the original MK like in the last couple of years, so I'm probably thinking of it a little bit through some nostalgia glasses too. But when I get completely through the film, I will, because I haven't been able to get completely through it. When I get through it,
I mean, outside of the nerd community, it seems like the normies are enjoying it just fine.
Good.
And I did notice that Bounding into Comics picked up on that it was actually rating a bit higher among women than men, which is another thing that's kind of funny, because you would think being Mortal Kombat would be rating higher among men, even though a lot more men are seeing it, obviously. It's still doing better with women, it looks like.
Did they disclose what the breakdown was? Because, I mean...
Just going off of the IMDb breakdown.
Oh, okay. All right. Men versus women percentages.
Yeah. And I mean, the women are still, after a few days to settle, the numbers are pretty similar to what they were in the Bounding article, to where, yeah, women are still rating it at least a point, or even somewhere between a point and a 0.05 or whatever above percentile of men, however you want to put it. Like most men are rating it 6.5. Women are generally rating it about a 6.5 or a 7. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like an astronomical difference, but it's enough to where it's noticeable, and
it's relevant.
And it makes sense in this world when they're trying to cater to the female audience that they're not listening to.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You can look at who was attending a film pretty easily. I mean, the MPAA tracks that stuff. I mean, one of the videos I did last week was, just all MPAA data. And it's interesting that when it comes to films that you would suspect would have more men attending, that usually bears out. But one of the things we learned last year was it was predominantly men that went to see Birds of Prey. So I would be interested to see what the audience makeup is with females. So
it still looks like men are the predominant viewers here, but it's just that the ratings break down.
50, like my expectation would be like 56% male, 44% female.
Well, and I mean, IMDb doesn't give us an accurate breakdown of that part. It's whoever goes on there and actually votes. So, like at this point, like last night when I looked, there had been like 30,000 votes from men, and I think it was like 7,000 from women. So, I mean, that's not a really great amount, but considering the original pool they had to pull from for the article in comparison, and the numbers didn't really change. So you can kind of mathematically figure no matter how many people you add to the pool, it's probably going to be similar.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes it makes perfect sense. I mean, that's the way
There's
math.
enough people there. Yeah, exactly.
The sample size was significant. So, V Star, I'm so glad to hear that you're on the mend, and thank you for the bacon. And good morning to you. And of course, Mags is here. Mags is awesome. Mags is everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't familiar with Demon Slayer, but it is
Yeah,
getting a lot of play. I mean, it really
I think
is.
they did themselves a disservice by opening this up against Mortal Kombat.
Except that Tom, I mean, like I said, the statistical differences in these two films are significant because it's on half as many screens, and yet it's only 2 million behind in the opening weekend.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's bad for both
No, it is.
because Demon Slayer could have done much better on its own, and so could have Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, of course, Demon Slayer is already well over 400 million, so I don't
Yeah.
think I'm worried about it. And it's an animation, which is cool.
Well, yeah, that's whatever. But I mean, it's nice to have some entertainment in the theater. I can't really find the time for Demon Slayer because I haven't watched the whole show. But for those who enjoyed it, cool. I've heard good things about it. As far as Mortal Kombat goes, if you don't go in expecting, a fucking masterpiece of a film, because it's not. Let's be real. It's Mortal Kombat. I think it does what it sets out to do. Is it perfect? No. Does it have some script issues? Definitely. Does it have some acting issues? Oh, hell yeah. Is it got some other issues? Oh, definitely. But it was only made for $55 million.
Yeah,
So guess what? That movie's almost in the red already.
Yep.
Or, I mean, out of the red already.
Yeah.
So
it had a nice international open. I mean, it really did. When you consider just how I mean, it opened in several markets, not a ton, but I mean, it prior to getting to the States, it had already been out 2 weeks based on what we just looked at. So it did
well, and then this is the reason why I'm sure there was pressure enough at Warner to go back to theatrical next year, because the last two movies they've released now, if it was a normal world, would have made a lot of money. Let's be real.
Script Doctor. So
did you even watch it though, Script?
I'm only halfway through it, so I don't feel like I'll never give my opinion until I get completely through something. I just don't.
How did you only get halfway through it,
dude? Because it was a very important weekend this weekend. I was up north. There's a lot of reasons. So, but yeah,
I've been trying to find time to watch it again.
Really? Okay. All right. I'm interested in Script's take because I mean,
well, see, and I think he read the original script as well, though. So that's the thing, is I didn't. And not reading that, I'm okay with most of what this movie is, but I can kind of see where he's coming from, where there was probably some problems that were added in the process of the filmmaking. When you have a first-time director who was probably given a little bit more leeway than he normally would have been given, that's probably what happens. And also the rewrite as well that I know about.
Right. And that's the question. Do you have affinity for the main character? I mean, I think you indicated on the way in the door here that you didn't.
I didn't. Okay, here's the way I got to put it. The character himself was fine. Like the storyline, the setup, all that stuff was fine. It was the choice of the actor. Right. Like, I mean, I brought up, you could have even had it been a girl and it been, Gina Carano, and I would have enjoyed it better because the actor had zero fucking charisma. You needed somebody in there with some kind of charisma to get you invested in them. Because that's the problem, is we're watching this character through most of the movie, and there are eyes and ears into this universe. We need to be engaged with them. And I didn't like the character. Not so much the character, I should say the actor. The arc, like I said, for the most part is fine. I did have some problems with the third act that I'm not going to get into because I'll get into spoiler territory, but it could have been a quick fix. Like, there's a couple little minor things with this movie that would have elevated it way beyond what it was with just some quick fixes. But as is, I think it's a pretty great movie for the most part.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to finish it, and then I'll be able to break out what I think. But
I mean, I think they did a good job with the $55 million they had.
Oh God, yeah, dude. I mean, think about how much money a superhero film costs. I mean, it's staggering amounts of money. This is like Joker budget, right? Yeah, I think that's how much the Joker cost to make. So
I think the Joker was closer to 60 or 70, but yeah. And that's just going by what the director said. Google has the budget set at 95 million, which is not, I don't see that. The director said it was 55.
So maybe they're rolling in the advertisement costs. Who knows?
That seems a little high for right now, but it could be.
Yeah. Well, V-Star, you didn't have to do this, hon, but thank you for $5. Says, I bring the bacon offerings. Much love, heart, and hugs. Have a most bodacious day, Nancy. Well, thank you, Nancy. You're awesome. And please keep getting better. Get better, get better, get better, get better. That's all I care about.
Script Doctor's just mad he didn't get the rewrite job for the movie. That's why.
Is that what it is?
And it was the 84 guy, the Wonder Woman 84. No, that probably was a detriment to the film, I'll be honest. Because that's where a lot of the other issues with the film lie, is just in the writing and the explanation of certain things. Yeah. But other than that, for the most part, the character motivations, the basic story structure, like, again, without giving too much away, what they set up here, I mean, I brought up in my review, it does feel very backdoor pilot-ish, but that's because it's definitely setting up multiple films down the road. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Keely Chow, you're right. Want to talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Answer, we don't do that here. No, we don't.
As far as being woke, I would argue the 95 film is more woke.
Probably, yeah. With the female empowerment message?
Yeah, with the whole thing with Sonya Blade, because like here, it's just not like that much of a thing. If anything, more so, most of the movie she's trying to prove herself. You know what I mean? Like, she's not a Mary Sue at all. If anything, the main character is more of a Mary Sue, but even he's not, because he keeps getting his ass handed to him. I mean, I get where Script's probably coming from, because, like I said before, there is a really good movie here. Like, I still give it about a 7 out of 10, but it was easily, you know, a good rewrite away, or maybe not that. If they would have kept that other writer off the film, it would have still been a 9 or a 10 out of 10, if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does. It does. And Andre Enrico says something that's actually interesting. MK95 made the same 23 million opening as MK 2020 did. That's impressive, right? You know, and
it shouldn't be, but
well, I mean, it's just it's odd. It's just odd. Cavatinho Cavalryman Che says Mortal Kombat has 3 main ingredients: Enter the Dragon, Big Trouble in Little China, and Bloodsport. I think that's true. I think that's a pretty good breakdown. Interesting that there are more women that saw MK. That I can't. Some of the numbers that came out this last year.
I didn't say saw. It's more women enjoyed.
Yeah. The rating was higher. Their ratings of the film were higher. I think.
Yeah.
But it's still. If I look, I could be surprised and see a lot of females in this film, but I think the audience breakdown is going to be 56-44. I'm just predicting that
more women did go see Rambo first or Last Blood though than did go see Charlie's Angels numerically.
That's true. It wouldn't be that hard. I mean,
but yeah,
how many people went to see Charlie's Angels? I mean, if you want to talk,
I still think Charlie's Angels made more money in the end, but more women still went to see Rambo. That's my point.
Well, you get to see a muscular man being manly, kind of. I don't know. Anyway, Valiant Renegade says you have to watch Demon Slayer on Netflix first, season 1, and then see the movie. So there you go, guys. Well, there you are. You can find it other ways, Mags. You really can. It is a very low budget at $55 million. That's really impressive. Yeah. And Script says he did watch it. It was pretty poor.
Yeah. He just didn't write it. That's why he's mad.
You say that, but I take his opinion as,
Hey, we got a Yellow Flash in the chat.
Really? What's up, Yellow Flash? Grandpa Rambo. Yeah, that's right. It kind of was
he
that.
He still kicks more ass than most of these soy boys nowadays.
Oh my gosh. And that's the other problem I have. I mean, because now we're seeing people in action films in these roles that are needing more accommodating stuntmen. Kind of like the ladies do that Trinker talks about all the time. They're not selling it. So, and I can see where you're coming from with that.
Stallone still sells it. He does most of his own
No,
stuff.
but I'm talking about the other stuff. Yeah, Stallone still could whoop people's booty, for sure. And what's going on, Yellow Flash? Good to see you. So here they are. I mean, you look at this, and the difference is $2 million on 1,300 screens for the anime and over 3,000 screens for Mortal Kombat. So, I mean, if you want to know if anime is popular in this country, there you go. Right. There you go. I don't know. I wanted to get through the box office stuff real quickly. And hey, have you seen this film yet, Tom?
No, and it's just because it's not in any of my local theaters, or I'm not paying $20 just to rent it. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Rambo Home Alone.
Rambo Alone. Yo.
There's something I love Stallone, man. I still think the golf thing was just kind of crap. They're trying to cancel anybody that's like remotely filled with any kind of testosterone. So that was just garbage. Valiant Renegade to Yellow Flash. Grandpa Rambo was still awesome. The movie, not so much, but Sly, yes. Well,
it's not how hard you hit a golf ball. It's how hard you hit it and get up afterwards because you fall over.
I don't think he falls over that much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm glad you saw it, Kate. I hope that I'm really glad that you enjoyed it that much. So I've had a lot of people give me their thoughts on it as well.
Get over here.
Get over here. Or
fatality.
There you go.
Fight.
Flawless victory.
There you go.
Flawless victory.
What's up, Pop Culture Minefield? How you doing, buddy?
It's
doing
Jerry.
Geary. Let's see. The fourth Rambo movie was yeah.
But I mean, it could have been worse for the fifth one. I mean, I thought it was all right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I love the Rambo franchise, right? Here's the film that just turned me off to like old school action films was, of course, the most recent Terminator film. I don't want to acknowledge anything after Terminator 2. Is that wrong of me?
No. I thought 3 was okay. And well, Salvation had some good ideas, but all I know listening to the soundtrack is I don't remember this version of the song being in the movie anywhere, really. They've got a new version of Techno Syndrome on it. Huh. Okay.
Barack Dermis says, has anyone watched Parasite before? Did you, the film that won Best Picture 2 years ago? Tom?
I got a movie called Parasite that's in 3D. It's about a parasite, I think, that comes out of a JJ. No, not the same parasite.
No.
Yeah, Wes, there's bits of T3 that were really dumb, but what I really liked about Terminator 3 was that it had an old school sci-fi ending.
That's a good idea. I could probably wrench Yellow Flash and feel safe.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying. So let me address this real quickly. Cover me, Tom. Vamp or do something.
I like chicken and pizza and turtles. I'm supposed to vamp. I want to suck your blood.
No, not vampire. Oh God. Hey, Dexy Doodle, it's good to see you. I missed your. There's stuff not making it over to StreamYard, by the way. I just noticed that. There's a bunch of
what?
Stuff. Like things from the chat.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
So sorry, guys, if I missed anything. Look, Yellow Flash is now a moderator on my channel. So yeah, it's if I missed anybody, it wasn't on purpose, guys. It's just I don't know what's going on. We're in a weird place with StreamYard and YouTube not cooperating. Of course, Google moderators removing comments like links and stuff. I mean, this has been a bizarre week. And the last 10 days have been odd. Oh yeah, it played during the credits, Tom. That's what Angry Vader says about that song.
Oh, weird, because I listen to the credits too. It's the first song on the soundtrack. It's weird. I remember the bit. I remember the bit like at the end, but yeah.
Well, I haven't heard the end of it yet because I'm finished the movie, but I'll.
Well, yeah. I don't want to like spoil the ending, but like, yeah.
Don't do that. Yeah. But yeah, so Capitano Cavalryman Che asks a question: what are the chances we get Rambo and the Terminator in a third Mortal Kombat movie?
About as good as Chun-Li.
God dang, I'd still love that article. Left that up.
She's really the best of all the Mortal Kombats.
Yeah. Man, I want a Street Fighter movie again. I really do. Barack Dermus was referring to Parasite is an anime from 2012 or 2013. I'll have to look it up.
Here's an I don't know if this is really a confession because most people know this. I don't really watch animes. I've only seen maybe one or two. I've tried watching like Akira a few times and I don't know, which is funny because I do love animation. But the style of anime is just, I don't know, it kind of turns me off. I don't know. So
I always have this handy because it's one of my favorite animes. It's called The Last Exile, right? And it was really well written. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of heart in it. The two kids you can get behind the two kids that are the heart of the anime. And the thing that they're trying to do. Right. It's akin to like a much better version of the Phantom Menace, appreciation of the kids that were trying to do something significant, like with the pod racing, because there's a lot of flight and stuff involved in this. So it's very much worth your time. So it's called The Last Exile. Watch 2 episodes of it, see if it hooks you. But I consider that one of the best. And right now I'm trying to get all the way through Trigun. So, but yeah.
No, nothing against anime. I just, for some reason, it's never been something I've been able to get. I even had an ex-girlfriend who was like really into like anime and shit, and she would watch it all the time, and I kind of watch it in passing, but a lot of time it was either the animation was really poor, like unless it was one of the better ones where they'd actually do the full 24 frame animation or something like that.
Yeah, and Akira is amazing. That's true.
Yeah, and again, I tried watching. I used to have it on video way back in the day, and I just never got all the way through it. It was a video. I ended up getting a video lot at one point. And,
yeah. And there has been no bear dog yet, Kashyyyk.
Hey, where's my bear dog?
Bear dog is sleeping. I do not wake up bear dog when there's a nap.
That's why he's called bear dog.
That's right. You don't wake up the bear when he's sleeping. You just don't. Diego Flores for a $5 Peruvian soul. Good to see you, Diego. Says, Tom, that is why you now have me and Pablo from MEE. That's right. You guys are going to be killing it. I'm very excited for the official launch which I think is. Am I going to be talking out of school if I mention what I think the date is?
No, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, yeah. Very good.
No, and nothing against anime. I just never got into it, and we're definitely looking into starting to cover it, but me and Andre are not the ones to be doing that, or Andre and I, for my English to be correct. So, yeah.
Yeah, Trigun is a lot of fun. Really enjoy that. Yeah, Kashyyyk just is like, I can't get into it. Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's just not your thing, and that's cool. You don't have to like everything everybody else likes. Guess what? No echo chamber here. That's not how we.
If it's well done, I could probably watch it better. Like Akira was one where it wasn't so, but like it seemed like high quality animation. But like when you got those ones with like all the flashy backgrounds and all the just too much going on, and they're animating on the twos and shit, and the mouths are just going blah 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 blah. Kind of like the old Speed Racer type shit. Like that drives me nuts.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But
like, you ever seen Clerks, the animated series?
It's terrible.
What? I love Clerks, the animated series. I was gonna say the way I feel about anime is the way is that scene in episode 4 when everything goes batshit crazy at the end, and they're like, "Bears driving car? How can that be?" All that kind of stuff. It's just all. Yeah. For those who have seen it, will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm not.
You didn't like Clerks, the animated series, really?
I didn't, but it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to like everything.
No, I know, but I'm just kind of surprised because it was.
Yeah. Oh no. Believe me. I love. Me. I'm a man. I'm a Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, I'm a freaking. I love that stuff, that humor and everything else. And
the episode where Jay sues the Quick Stop, that was the one I'm talking about. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't even know. I tapped out at a certain point in the series. That's how much I wasn't interested in it. But this is bad news, Tom. Andre Enriquez says Deadline brought the news now that they are going to make a new new series of Flintstones produced by the same director of Charlie's Angels.
You mean they're not giving it to Seth MacFarlane? They're giving it to what's her dumbass who directed movie 54 or whatever. I can't think of her damn name. Elizabeth or
Elizabeth Banks.
Yep. Banks, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing she's ever been good in, I think, was Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a few good movies, but like a lot of the stuff she's been behind, not so much. I mean, her only success that I know of has been that Bring It On franchise.
Yeah, I'd still think, like I said, her only good performance was Zach and Miri Make a Porno. So,
I'm not going to disagree with you there. I'm just saying, I mean.
Yeah. Trigun Badlands Rumble is a good watch at CultureCasino. I think it's on YouTube. I'm watching as much as I can, right, as fast as I can right now. And I have to finish Mortal Kombat. I have to get through about 4 more episodes of Trigun, and then I'm going to start reviewing some of the stuff. So that's going to happen. Bear Dog Love. That's right, Bear Dog Love. Luffy is God says, watch One Piece. Greatest story ever told. The animation is amazing too. Cool. Trigun is the first anime I ever watched. Good stuff. Yeah, a lot of people, dude. I mean, that's courtesy of M. Dastardly, who said, watch this one, because I hadn't yet. I'd seen it, I mean, in passing when I walked through the living room, but yeah. It's a different world for me now. Vash the Stampede, yeah. Let's see. Depends on what your interests for anime are. Okay. All right, we're getting close to 50 likes, guys. Thank you for that. Tom, do you want to talk about the Oscars at all? Because that's the other subject that I wanted to talk about.
I didn't watch them.
Nobody did. I take that back. 9 million people did. 13 million people couldn't have been. A lot
more than I thought.
Hey, 13 million people couldn't have been bothered from the previous year's telecast. So they lost 13 million people. Oh, it's ridiculous. Let me bring that up just for fun, because why not? Let's suffer this. Suffer this together. And I am not doing good YouTube today, guys. I apologize. But here we go. The Academy Awards TV audience plunged 58% on Sunday night. So this is from Forbes. They do pretty good infographics. One of the reasons why I like the way they do this. So the previous low was, of course, the previous year, which was 23.6 million. Now, Tom, as you know, this has been going downhill. The Oscars have been going downhill between 4 and 8%, losing their audience for what, more than a decade now?
Oh, at least that. I mean, it's been a downward trend for ever since probably one of the last times Whoopi hosted, probably, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, if you listen to anybody who talks about this critically, they say there is, Jason Mewes is awesome. They say specifically that they were not entertained. You have the entertainment industry, and they can't entertain it, which is dumb.
And I think we figured out the problem here. First problem was English patient zero, the Weinstein factor. As Rob and I have pointed out many times, Harvey Weinstein bought up the Oscars for many years, and that's kind of when things started going downhill. And then the other problem was they just started taking themselves way too motherfucking seriously. And people are like, oh yeah, the Oscars have always kind of been this platform for this, that, and the other. Yes and no. You had your moments where, like the Native American lady came out for Marlon Brando and accepted the Oscar, and a few other things here and there that were, moments of grandstanding and virtue signaling, but not nearly like we do now. And as I pointed out on the morning show yesterday, it used to be a lot more of like a roast. Like you would get, it would be more, there was a bit more of an air of fun to it. Then there wasn't it wasn't such an uptight thing. It's more just for the media now. I mean, it used to be a lot more fun. I mean, there was like 3 or 4 clips I just wanted to show yesterday, but all of them were from like the 80s and 70s and stuff like that as far as the Oscars go.
Well, Well, I mean, you had Joan Rivers, you had some really talented people that would run the show and do a good job at these award shows. And it's funny because I pointed out a few days before this thing, I predicted a drop in ratings, but I thought it would be about 50% or somewhere between 40 and 50%. I had no idea it would be well over 50%. But overall, the award shows are down 46% year over year across the board. If you put them all together, that's insane. Nobody's watching this stuff anymore. Just the people involved in the entertainment industry, it seems like. And a few,
it's just put on for the media. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, it's such a waste. And of course, 9.85 million people watched. The previous low was 23.6 million. And so it's gone down. And of course, here's the all-time lows, guys. So here's 2010. This is what we were talking about, 41.6. It has a little dip in 2011, 2012, it comes up a little bit. It peaks around 2013 is my guess, or 2014. And then it just slides and slides and slides and slides and goes up a tiny bit, but then slides and then falls into the ocean to drown. So I don't know, man. This is an impressive infographic.
It makes Oscar look like a little person.
It does. It really does.
Kind of cute. Now I want a little person Oscars now.
Okay. Well, we should get one. Mini Oscar? What would you call it? Minio?
An Ozzy.
One Piece is like 4,000 episodes. No thanks. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, a lot of people like this. And Samurai Champloo was friggin' awesome. Holy cow. EVA was cool. But Cowboy Bebop's still one of my favorites. And I can't believe they're going to ruin it with the live action remake, guys. Aren't you excited for that one? Probably not. When is Bear Dog getting a channel? I don't know. Actually, I could probably put that together from the corporate side of things. I'll think about it. We'll see. That'd be good.
Is the boss going to be a producer?
Yeah, she should be. She's the best. My gosh, what incredible support I have. Yeah, here we go. Pop culture.
As long as Jeremy's a producer, that's all that matters.
Jeremy produces all of my content, and I think most of your content at this point. Yeah,
all the contents.
Yeah, he is the contents. He doesn't sleep. I think he's cloned himself several times over now. Sometimes that copy of a copy isn't quite as good. Sometimes the copies wanders around and says, he wants to eat a dolphin. You have to remind him you want to pet a dolphin. God, Multiplicity was a great film. Pop culture mental 66% drop since 2011. Good gracious. Yeah. But there's nothing enjoyable. I mean, okay. And this is where I hate this. I'm going to say something nice about Bill Maher. He's not wrong. Nobody wanted to see any of this crap. This was the year of slit your wrist films.
Yeah. I mean, and what sucks about that little speech he went into about that, which, I mean, he's right, but he also could have took a moment to reflected on what he said before about comic book movies, because to me, it was kind of a hypocritical speech. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't sit there and say that, there's too many superhero movies and superhero movies aren't really movies and they're not real entertainment and they're not real cinema and they're not real film. And, I want all these boring and drab movies, and then bitch because there's nothing but boring and drab movies and you want some entertainment. That's what the superhero movies were, dude. So I think you need to eat your words a little bit on that, but no, otherwise he's totally not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
think about the films that we got to see, like the late 80s through almost 2000, the late 90s, right? You did Days of Thunder. But of course, this was in the 80s. You got Top Gun. You got all these incredible films that weren't superhero films. But
even a movie right now, like Mortal Kombat that's out there, I feel like people are being just a little too hard on it because it's like, God, come on, guys. We have not gotten a fun movie like this in a while. And I'm not saying that people should just like it, but I feel like people are being way too hard on it. I mean, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to hate on everything. I still find enjoyment in things that are just marginal. I just do. And I like stuff people don't. I always tell people, like what you like, love what you love. You know what? I don't have to share your opinion. I'll tell you my problems with it, and you can tell me your problems with what I like. I don't care. I just don't. And this is the other part of the Oscars. This is the other part, Tom, that you have to agree with.
Well, yeah.
When everyone that's there gets a swag bag, and all of the nominees get a swag bag worth it's worth six figures. I'm not going to even put a
Well, not
price.
just that. There was a homeless shelter or something like that was across from the theater.
They booted
a bunch of people out of there. They
booted people out of Union Station. Homeless people. They booted them out of the area. They booted them out of Union Station. They booted them out from the area.
Word was they even threatened to burn their shit or take their shit.
They did. We will trash your shit. Yes, there are multiple news reports for that.
I don't mean to call it shit, but I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, that's bullshit. These are the people that are out there virtue signaling, and yet they're booting homeless people out of the way because they're, a sore site or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Eyesore. Yeah. Eyesore. Yeah. Yeah. Blighted. Yeah.
They didn't want them out there during the red carpet. When you're showing off your dresses that cost more than a house, and those people can't even afford a house.
Yeah, and that's the tone deaf that these people are. I mean, and doing it in Union Station was extra stupid. But anyway, Dexy Doodle says something I think a lot of people can agree with, which is I can't really contribute on anything. I haven't seen anything. I've had no motivation to. Dexy Doodle, you are not alone. You're not alone.
Guess what? You're just like all the Academy members and the nominees this year.
That's funny.
Now, the only one of the movies that I saw was Mank, and I didn't think it was that great. It was good, but it wasn't great. And the only other movie that I know of anything about that was out there was the Sound of Metal, and I've heard mostly good reviews about it, but it screams of Oscar bait. So that one I'm not surprised on.
And that's the other thing. Now Oscar bait's going to be so. There's just all of these films are just utility films going forward because
we can make an Oscar movie tomorrow, dude. All we need is a bunch of disabled POCs, and I hate using that term, and a bunch of trans women and trans men, and just make it about persecution and all this kind of shit, and we'll have an Oscar winner.
No, yeah, no, and we have to fit a transgender in there somewhere,
and the plight against. I said that,
yeah.
Or didn't maybe I didn't, but it was implied.
More. I mean, it's the more the better. I mean, just like with masks, you got to wear. I'm not even going to go there. I just shot myself in the face, guys. Tina Bojan says, "Did Seth MacFarlane host the Oscars?"
1 year.
Great job. Did he do the Oscars?
And that was all they allowed it because, he actually made the show kind of. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was getting kind of back to what it used to be. And I think that's why they booted David Letterman. Because I don't even think his show was that bad. My recollection was I don't think that they liked that he was taking cracks at them. And it's like, come on, you guys forgot what this night used to be about. It used to be about getting drunk, look at everybody getting dressed up, and just talking shit about each other. You know what I mean? Like,
will The Rock save the Oscars by hosting next year? No.
They will never do what they need to do to fix the Oscars. First thing, they will have to take that stick out of their ass, which won't happen. Second, they'll have to hire Ricky Gervais, which won't happen.
No, Gervais roasted he tortured them, and he did a good job of it. And I'm so glad, and he wasn't wrong. And we end up with the catastrophe that we have the following year. And, and that was a down year, right? And anyway, like I said, the best thing about it was him and everything that he did to beat down on the humans that were, like he said, they think too highly of themselves. They really do.
They take it way too motherfucking seriously, way too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I love that clip I played yesterday of Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon talking about directors. It was hilarious.
God,
and that's what they used to do. I mean, it used to be more about goofing around with each other, fucking around with each other, having fun with the musical moments. That's why guys like Billy Crystal would thrive doing that, because they could do all that stuff.
Yeah. And they were good at it. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
There's certain people that could host the Oscars and just destroy the entire time, and you would be entertained. And there was a reason to have an Oscar watching party, which you don't have anymore. And as Louvain says here, the last Oscar that she watched, 2001, was the Academy of Swan Dress Award. We thought it was just a white dress. Then we noticed it had a beak and eyes. There you go. Anyway.
Yeah, that kind of crap used to be what the Oscars about. You'd see fucking Bjork wearing some weird motherfucking goose, right? Or you'd have like the famous line when Cher comes out in that fucking gaudy as shit black strip dress. She's like, now I'm actually dressing like a movie star, or whatever it was her joke was when she got up on stage. But that was the point, is she wasn't taking herself so fucking seriously. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, is most of these people, they would get up there and you could tell they were having a good time. The audience was having a good time. Even if, some of the musical numbers would go wrong, or they weren't necessarily that great always, or some would always and the joke of the show was it would go 4 hours. Yeah, because it used to be fun to sit there and watch for 4 hours instead of sitting there going, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Wow. Because that's why nobody gave a shit about the early awards. But what they did give a shit about was they were waiting to see who was going to say what, who was going to show up, what Billy was going to do to kick off the show, stuff like that. It used to be an event.
Yeah, and then it wasn't anymore, And Luffy, look, this is where things started to turn badly. I mean, in a significant way. They killed the interest in the Oscars during the Weinstein affair, which everybody acted shocked and condemned him, but when it came to doing their part by turning in their ill-gotten Oscars, nobody did. Well, everybody knew about Weinstein. It wasn't a secret. I mean, they did, why
do you think these fuckers are virtue signaling so much? Because they are the guiltiest motherfuckers on earth.
They are.
Pardon my French, but it's true.
Yeah, no, you're right. And going back to this, Jeremy does produce everything. And yes, you do. Definitely do. We all get it. We all get everything from Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't sleep. He waits.
I don't think the chat has updated for like 5-10 minutes, to be honest with you.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. It's probably because I said something.
I haven't seen it move in a while.
Oh boy.
And yeah, even though it's from a while ago, like 2 minutes ago, Cavalryman Shea, you're right. Dave Chappelle would be another great choice. He's not necessarily the musical act, but they don't even really do that shit anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, AGP. Here's the question. Are any of the films listed for the Academy Awards any that you'd watch once? Never mind several times. No.
It used to be movies that people had seen.
Yeah.
And again, that's where the Weinstein factor comes in. And before even the whole controversy, I'm talking about just where he would come in and buy up the awards. He would always at least have 2 or 3 movies that would be up for awards, so you guarantee that one of his movies would win. That's why years, I'm sure, like when Lord of the Rings won and stuff, it really probably pissed him off, especially Lord of the Rings, because even though he had a part of that, Robert Shea was the one who really made it what it was. Because otherwise, if Weinstein had his way, it would have been 2 movies.
Well, and that's the other thing. But he would go out of his way to campaign, buy people off, promise favors. I mean, he used Miramax as just leverage to win these awards for these actors. And you always knew if you were acting in one of his films, you had a pretty decent shot at an award. And he did everything he could to guarantee it, I think. I don't know. I'm not wrong. Am I, Tom? I don't think I'm.
Oh, no. Like, I mean, he probably did more ruthless shit for that than he ever did for covering up his own sordid affairs.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, Soul Assassin. A Bear Dog's Day at the Park film with him wearing his little tennis shoes. Yeah, that would definitely win for Best Picture and Plot. Yeah. Because, he is a minority. So,
It would definitely be Best Short Film. Get it? Because he's small.
Yeah, because he's little. Yeah, you're funny. I have a movie idea about a transgender Black disabled Indian person who is fighting for equal pay and at the same time wants to join the national football team and go to the Olympics.
Not enough Black people.
You don't know that. Women. You don't know that.
No, I can tell right now. Not diverse enough.
Hologram Numchuck says, Adrian Brody kissing Halle Berry was the last memorable moment from the Oscars. And this is a good cause, guys. Let's get Captain Trek over 400, please. He only needs 2 more, so please do that. Thank you. What's up, Larry? Yeah, and I think we coaxed the chat to move along, so that's good. Of course, we just started to vamp on stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a good way to fix the Oscars. I don't think because of exactly what you said. They're not going to lean into the thing that they need to lean into, which is to make fun of themselves and have somebody make fun of them. And then
and I think that's another reason why they didn't bring Seth MacFarlane back either. It had nothing to do with the quality.
Yeah. What's up, Subhumune? Yeah, his shoes are very cute. I know he looks cute in his tennies. So memes is here. So I don't know. Anyway, I didn't have a lot of other subjects to talk about. I wanted to cover the fact that the latest offering still leaves something to be desired at the box office when you only have 2 things that are doing any good. Nobody's probably the most underappreciated film so far this year. I don't know. Tom, have you seen Nobody?
Not since the last time you asked me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like 20 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, the chat not moving. I'm suffering right now. Because
Latino Paulie just come in here. Going live in a few minutes. Leguizamo calls out the Academy. Ooh, interesting.
All right, Paulie, we will send people your way in just a few minutes, my friend, because we're not going to go much longer. Like I said, I only really had the couple subjects to talk about. What other movie can you think of that's come out recently, aside from GVK? What other film can you think of that you cared to see? I don't think there's anything out.
Until Dune, unless Ghostbusters gets released, I don't think there's really much on my plate that I'm that worried about.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I don't know what I mean. Yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife is going to be awesome. I hope. At least I've heard good things. A couple of questionable things, but good things overall, which makes me happy. I don't know. Golden Globes is still better than the Oscars because of alcohol. You can't get alcohol at the Oscars.
I think they still let them drink at the Oscars. At least they used to. Maybe that's the problem.
And you get them loaded. And Captain Trek made 400. Thank you, guys. You are all the best.
Awesome.
Does anyone know any good shark movies?
Jaws.
It's the best one. The Meg was okay.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I've heard fairly good things.
Sharknado.
No, don't watch Sharknado.
I was kidding.
That Deep Blue Sea or whatever, that one wasn't so bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, when you scuba dive and you've been around a lot of sharks, it's like, Hollywood is dead, to be honest. Only way to uplift entertainment industry, supporting actual good film. Absolutely. Encourage film that's trying to get in the right direction and support independent film. And you're 100% right, Max. In fact, part of the community is trying to do that. Mr. H Reviews is on film number 4 now. Is that right, Tom?
I think so, but I think he's kind of gonna
take a break.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be doing too much more because it's not financially. The way he was talking, financially viable at least at this juncture yet, or however you want to put it.
Yeah, but we'll definitely support independent stuff. I'm working on a short film, which is going to be longer than I expected. And I'm going to make sure it's got good writing because I'm going to send my terrible writing to Script Doctor and have him fix it. So
there you go.
Yeah. Okay, Tom, the Olympics is taking place in Africa. There you go. See, he fixed it. He fixed that.
The rain's down in Africa. Now there's not enough Asians in your movie, though.
You don't know that.
Just from the description alone, I can tell. If it's not in the description, then the Oscars are not going to pay attention.
Sorry, Luffy. I apologize. You need to go back to the board and draw more.
It needs to be the feel-good tearjerker of the year with all kinds of diversity.
I don't know if you can have integrity and do that, but all right. Cavatinho Cavalman Chase says, just remember when Bear Dog plushies get produced that you find a quality company stateside or in Canada. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't want a chance that somebody will get, what do you call it? Lead poisoning from some paint product from another foreign entity, which happens still. Weird. Orale, amigo. All right. Speaking of Ghostbusters, Evolution is a better Ghostbusters movie than Ghostbusters 2016. Tom,
Yeah,
thought?
pretty much. I always felt it was kind of like a Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah. 800 came out last fall, and we had open theaters in Florida. Pretty good World War II movies on Dino-Japanese conflict. Oh.
Wait, the Japanese fought dinosaurs? Why wasn't I ever told about this?
Deep Blue Sea is a fun shark movie. Yeah, well, there you go. Baby Shark Raid. A shark ate me. See, and memes thinks you're wrong, Tom. Memes think Sharknado was awesome. Thunderball, one of my favorite Bond films. Jamie Castile with the.
I'm not a huge fan of those, and I wouldn't even call them parody movies because parody movies are almost a different genre too. The fake bad movies, I can't stand them. I love a movie when somebody sets out to make a good movie, and it turns out bad and it's laughably bad. But what I don't like is like when they're genuinely setting out to do that, and I feel like things like Sharknado are cheating. I mean, if you enjoy it and you find it entertainment, good for you. For me, though, it's like it's kind of defeating the purpose. When I see something like The Room, I want it to be natural.
Oh, The Room. Oh my God, The Room. That guy still thinks he made a quality film. Blows my mind.
Well, of course he does. He made a shit ton of money on it.
Yeah, China and Japan is what he was referring to, by the way, Tom.
I know, I was being an ass.
Well, I know. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Tom, what is the main character? What if the main character is a trans Asian man?
Thought he was black.
Well, he could be half. He could be.
You gotta make up your mind. You said the first time it was. We just hired the black guy. So what are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. I'm not writing this film. It's not me. It's not me. Now it's Dino-Japanese now. So we are officially going to use that. Sino-Japan conflict. Yeah. You guys are awesome. Adam West Batman with the shark repellent. Yes.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Okay, Luffy is correcting you. India is in Asia, Tom. We just cut to footage in India that shows a person has the whole country behind him. What else?
But who's going to pay for it?
I don't know. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. I can never do his voice. I want to do it like I'm in a 40s film or something. There are no halves in woke culture. Yeah, I know.
That's right. See, I tried telling y'all. You're not listening to me.
Well, that's incredibly racist, by the way.
No. We're never going to get into the Chinese market otherwise.
They don't like minorities at all.
But we can edit around the rest.
I guess, if we're going to push a kiss on everybody else, but not China, I don't know. It's some weird stuff. Anyway, guys, I don't know what else to talk about. It's so good. Yeah, Biggerford's here. What's up, man? Oh, wait, that was the wrong thing. There we go. What's up, Biggerford?
Check out Latino Slanties are going to break some news.
Yep, we gotta. That's where we're headed, kids. I'm going to send you all over there. I don't know how to do that. Is there a way to do that now? There was supposed to be a way to do that now, but you guys
Only
can.
Lord Raiden could do that.
Yeah, guys. For anyone who's a mod, can you link to Latino Slants live stream, please? Please.
I'm too lazy.
Okay, well, there's mods here. It doesn't have to be you.
Fine.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Tom, anything you want to promote?
Safe sex.
No, for sure. Yeah. Got to have a glove or there's no love. But anything you guys are doing over there? I know it's Tuesday, so of course, High Council tonight, right?
Yeah, we do have a DC video on the way eventually. Other than that, just
Oh,
everyday
just
stuff.
for fun, I heard a little thing about the Amber Heard stuff. So keep an ear to the ground. So,
Really?
yep. Yeah, I haven't been able to get with somebody that would know better, but I heard something. Maybe Mikey heard something. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything today, but
Yeah.
I just got up before the show, so.
All right. Well, I'm glad you made it, man. I missed you. I was glad you saved my bacon, literally. And for those of you that are here, thank you all. Do check out I can't say his name anymore. Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. Yeah. He speaks out. Thank you, Wes, for doing that. Guys, say hi to Polly on the way over. I love you all. Thank you, everyone, for being here today.
You know what? I just thought of, Paulie,
Yeah.
if you're still here. You know how we were bitching about, well, not bitching, but we're saying it was ironic that Pacino played two of the most iconic Latino parts probably in cinema history. Leguizamo played an iconic Italian. I just thought of that. So he got him back for one.
Yeah. A good week for everyone, and I think this is
Luigi Mario.
Yeah. I'm going over to Polly's, guys. I hope you are too. Thank you all for being here. As I said, I only have to promote the 6-minute dailies and tomorrow's daily video, which will be coming out later than normal because real life is getting in the way. But do check that out, and of course, support all of the other independent creators on the platform. We've got a ton of them. Check out what Mech is doing. Check out what Tom, of course, is doing with Meat Radio. Check out Polly, and of course, when we get Midnight's Edge in Espanol, be sure on May 5th you're all over that. And beyond that, guys, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It really is. And until next time, bye.